on silence. If you need to answer a call or a text message, feel free to step outside. You could come back. You're not gonna disturb anything that's going on here. I think the two councilmen, place one and place five, won't be here today, so we're gonna go ahead and get started now. It's 7 o'clock. We're gonna go ahead and declare quorum with the three council members we have here. If everybody could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the Texas pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. All right, thank you all. I don't think we have anything as far as conflict of interest. Um, So we're going to move on to item D. We do have the Knights of Columbus, right? I mean, I'm sorry, the veterans, VFW folks that are here. If you want to, David, if you want to come up, they just make sure that the light is green there, on there. Last year, the VFW from Sinton had a little, I guess, fundraiser here at the park. Since then, Corpus, I think Annabelle and Sinton have kind of merged together. Is that correct? Cal Allen and Sinton. So you guys are interested in doing the same thing this year. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the floor and go ahead.
All right. Thank you, Mayor, City Council, and Post 12160, which was sent in last year, has merged, as you said, with Cal Allen. We are now Post 3837 under Commander Adrian Fernandez. So last year, David Bryce, one of the members of the VFW, he throws annually a barbecue cook-off. It's one of the big fundraisers that the VFW for our area does. The fundraising, those monies go back into the community, back to help veterans within Cal Allen, Oldham, and Sinton. Whether it's giving monetarily or just different veteran services that can be provided. We are here to assist in any way that we can to Oldham, Cal Allen, Sinton, where you might be located. So what we are looking to do is, again, this year, October 16th, which is a Friday, and the 17th is basically doing what we did last year, with your permission, using the city park for another barbecue cook-off.
And that's October 16th and 17th?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What we are looking to add this year is, David is talking with the like the car clubs and the bike clubs, maybe having a car and bike show with that. Last year we kind of did for the first time a kids kind of cook-off barbecue. We're looking at doing that again, hopefully getting a little bit more steam into that. We do have the Post 3837 does have their Texas alcohol permit. So if you are okay with that, we would like to participate in doing that, having a vendor or two come out to do, be able to sell alcohol. We're looking at having the law enforcement, I think it was the sheriff, I believe that's what it was, come out and patrol the area again, as he did last year. That's something David is working with on that. And just having the vendors come out as well and do like we did last year. We would start advertising with your permission along the gate, the outside gate, as we did last year with the banners. And then prior to, as we did last year, just kind of clearing and cleaning the area, firing. I know there's like ants and stuff like that, so we kind of sprayed the area, kind of cleaned up anything prior to, and then we'll do it again as we did last year afterwards, making sure it's better than what it was before we accepted the park. Outside of that,
Are y'all looking to have like vendors, like merchandise vendors selling?
yes, sir, like we did last year.
Okay, all right. And you said that you guys would like to see about getting permission to sell alcohol,
Yes.
just like beer would be.
Yes.
Like a beer garden?
Beer garden, yes, sir.
Okay. So one of the things that in the past when we've had beer sales, you have to kind of have that fenced in wherever the beer sales is going to be, like a separate beer garden. People aren't going to be allowed to be walking around in the park unless you're going to fence in the whole park.
Right.
If because I know that that can get costly, but if you want to have just an area where the beer is going to be sold, if the council approves it, there wouldn't be allowed to obviously nobody would be allowed to bring their own beer or anything onto the park. But anybody that's consuming, they wouldn't be allowed to walk out of that area without, they would have to get rid of it. I mean, pretty much.
Yes.
So, okay. Y'all guys have any questions? I mean, I know it's,
The other thing was wasn't there some insurance liability also?
yes, I know that last time you guys had, y'all have like some insurance, like, what's it called? Right, for event insurance. Event insurance. So we'd have to make sure that, that we had, that, and that, that the insurance also had where the city wouldn't be liable for anything like that, because it is a VFW event. Um, so, um, anything else? I mean,
The other thing that I did mention is, of course, like last year, we will be working with vendors to get porta potties and, stuff like that. So we're not messing with other, businesses that are already here, trying to bombard them with trying to use their facilities or something like that. Try to make it as minimally invasive as possible to the surrounding area, but also advertising, Odom.
yeah, for sure. I mean,
Just different, local businesses that, try to help out the local businesses.
yeah. Well, I think one of our council members here is one of the competitors from last year. They're big cook offers, and the firemen right there. So I'm sure they'll be back in it again. I'm more of an inside cooker. It gets too hot outside for me. But as far as like porta potties and stuff, make sure that there are enough hand washing stations because each bathroom obviously only have two sinks. And I think the last time we've had we asked that maybe a handicap porta potty because if it gets too busy inside the regular restroom, having just one designated for handicaps that they can roll in and out
Yes.
of would also be helpful. So
And then our plan for as far as the barbecue pit area that you have out there, we don't really use that for that purpose. We use it mainly for those that are judging,
right,
use it for that area. And we're always looking for judges. So if y'all want to, judge the meat, judge the barbecue, it's free anyway. So
yeah,
you get to taste a little bit of everybody's barbecue. I mean, that's always a fun thing to do. One last thing before I depart is, if there are veterans in Odom, we would like y'all to join the folks that we have out in Count Island, which is right there off of Leopard and Calico area. Amy has some membership forms if y'all want any, and then of course I know Mayor that you would know David Bryce very well.
right,
So,
right.
if there's anything that we can do, please just open up. We're here.
Well, if you have forms that, we can probably put some at City Hall out in the lobby area, and we could just advertise that are there any veterans that would like to be part of the VFW, they can come and pick up at the forms at City Hall. We'd definitely love to help you guys out. I mean, my father's a Vietnam veteran. He's a proud Vietnam veteran. Councilman Dominguez's dad was a veteran, and her husband is a veteran. So, I mean, it's an important part of all our lives here. So we definitely appreciate what the VFW does for the community. So what the next step will be that when we have our next meeting, we'll put it up officially. We'll have it on the agenda for the council to vote. This will give them a little time to we can kind of just consider what each council member can consider, and if they have any questions, of course, they can always reach out to our city administrator directly, and she'll directly reach out to you all for any responses and stuff. So, but at least at this point, I think last year, I thought it was a pretty good turnout. And I think we look forward to hopefully doing this as an annual thing for the community here. So, you're very welcome. Thank y'all.
You want to tell them about Saturday? Tell them about Saturday.
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 Oh, golf, the golf.
This Saturday. Oh.
It's quick. Came up. I didn't know until yesterday, the other day.
So this Saturday, we hold an annual Orlando Adams Memorial Golf Tournament out in Sinton. It's May 9th. It's a four-person scramble, $300 team fee, $75 individual team fee. Breakfast and lunch is provided. It's at the Sinton Municipal Golf Course. The address, and I'll leave the flyer here with you.
Yeah, just leave it with our city administrator, Lisa, and maybe she can have it put on our social media page.
All right. There's 50/50 raffles and different prizes and stuff like that. Again, it's just another fundraiser that we do that brings in funds to help veterans.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move on to our reports. Miss Stephanie.
Good evening. For the first quarter report, for January, you had 23 calls in the city, 30 in the county, and 53 total, with your average city response time of 4 minutes, 9 seconds, and your average county response time of 12 minutes, 3 seconds. For February, you had 15 city calls, 44 county calls, and 59 total. Your city average response time was 4 minutes, 8 seconds. County was 12 minutes, 1 second. For March, you had 22 in-city, 30 county, total of 52. Your city response time was 5 minutes, 5 seconds, and your county response was 11 minutes, 5 seconds. Your quarterly total was 60 city calls, 104 county calls, which is a total of 164 calls for the first quarter. Your average city response time was 5 minutes, 1 second, and average response time for county calls was 11 minutes, 9 seconds.
Do y'all do and I don't know what the agreement is between the city and Alliance, but do y'all do any transporting like with elderly people and stuff, or is it just specifically like emergency calls?
So for the city of Odo, we do the 911.
Okay.
We don't really pick up from home, if that's what you're asking.
Right,
To go
right.
to like dials and stuff like that.
Well, like I know, because somebody just asked me because I guess where they came from, they had a service that it was an ambulance service that would come in and picked up their grandparent or somebody because they were transferring them to a nursing home or something, and they just did the transport for the family. And I said, I don't think our ambulance service provides that service. It's supposed specifically emergency.
For the 911 side, that would be probably considered as a private pay. So
Okay.
they would have to, figure out where they're going, the mileage, so they can call in
Okay.
and see if we can get that pre-approved, and then they would have to pay up front.
Okay.
But we can provide that, but
Okay.
it's not, it's set aside from the 911.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because it was something that they asked me, and I said, no, I don't think, not here in Odom. I think that she said that their grandparent or somebody was placed on hospice and they needed to transport them to a
lot of
nursing home or
times,
something.
They get with the hospice, hospice can arrange that.
Or maybe that's what happened wherever they are coming from, that hospice arranged it. But they were asking, and I said, I don't think so. I said, but I'll ask on our next city council meeting, um, just, to see if it was something that you guys provided as far as the service. And I said, I think it's specifically just 911 calls,
It's
so.
specifically 911, but hospice has their group of people. Sometimes we do some of the hospice stuff, it just depends on who they contact, who they have their contract with on getting them transferred to the clinic.
Okay. And the other night we had an incident where I noticed there was a Sinton ambulance that got called out to here to Odom South. I guess there was um, ATV or golf cart or something that tipped over. Was there a reason that Sinton had to be called out here, or?
Odom was already out.
Oh, Odom was already out. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when Odom goes out, Hinton's our closest
Response. Okay. All right. Any other questions?
Yeah, just FYI, just with all the construction over here, keep an eye on that because sometimes the line's way up here for the EMS guys.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
And there's going to be a little bit more road construction. I know TxDOT's going to be doing some road construction. I don't know all the details yet, but they are out here kind of putting up signs. And but I did let them know that they needed to reach out to, if they were going to be blocking anything, that they needed to reach out to you all, to let, just in case they were, that you guys knew ahead of time that you might have to take a different route or whatever. So. But if they haven't reached out to you, then that means they haven't started yet. So, all right. Any other?
I have a question. So, y'all went up on y'all's cost to the city. And then we went up in phases, I think. Am I correct? Mayor?
I'm sorry?
We went up in phases, right? We're going up
Right.
in
We're
phases.
supposed to be going up in phases. as
So
far as
during
cost.
that time, y'all said it was because of equipment upgrade, ambulance upgrade, and because of the way the economy was. Have we received a new ambulance? Because y'all promised us one.
I know there is one on order.
But y'all been saying that for the longest time. And
Yeah.
I promise you, you've been saying, but you were real quick to increase our prices. But y'all been promising that for a very long time. And the equipment in that ambulance too has not been upgraded. I want to know what the holdup is and why haven't we did what we had to do to make sure our citizens were taken care of.
I will get with Mr. Gillespie on that.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think when Mr. Gillespie came to discuss with us about the increases and he was going to try to break it down instead of, I think we discussed then about the new ambulance because according to the contract, we're supposed to get a new um, uh, box, I guess every, I don't know, 5 years or something. I don't remember the exact number. And he said the same thing there, that it was on order.
Yeah.
That was a while back. I mean, that was I think the last budget year. So if you could, I mean, and just get with Miss Lisa and see what the status on that is so she can let us know. She'll just shoot us all an email. Thanks, Stephanie. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. We'll move on to item B, Chief Beltran. Yeah, Odom Fire Department.
Good afternoon, Council Mayor. For a report went from January all the way to April. For January, we had 9 calls, 3 inside the city, which were all left assist, and 6 in the county. For February, we had 7 calls, 3 in the city, 2 left assist, and 1 smoking building, and 4 in the county. For March, we had 6 calls, 1 in the city, which was left assist, and then 5 in the county. And then for April, we had 5 calls, all 5 were in the county. Right now, we're sitting at 16 members. Expenses for those months, for fuel, January we had $269.05. February we had $289.19. March we had $200.75. And then April we had $162.90. Some of the stuff that we got done, SCBA, we got service, which came out to $1,404. the annual service, just like fill station annual service, which was $932.82. Our 2026 FMA dues, which were $800. And tanker 6 starter replacement came out to $1,000, 1,207.06. And then engine 5 repairs went in for it's a Sims Martin, and that came out to $3,732.99. And then we did purchase some bunker gear, 6 sets of bunker gear and 3 sets of water gear, which came out to $17,088. But right there under grants, we did receive a $25,000 grant from Forestry Service. So that was big. To kind of touch up on that, I kind of made a mistake. I didn't realize it. I didn't know, but I just found out. Since they sent us a check already, and they sent us a check for that amount, which actually was, I think, 16.
I think it's like 5%.
6, yeah, it's 95% or something like that. So we got a check for $16,471 for that. I was gonna go ahead and put in another order for gear, but they said once they issue the check, that's your reimbursement.
Okay.
So we missed out on the rest of
You should order more.
Yeah.
You would know.
Well, so we did have another grant that was done through 501c3, the Flint Hills grant, so that was $10,000. So we did order more gear. We're gonna order more gear, and that grant.
Okay.
So if I'm understanding what you're saying is that, you got 25,000, but if you didn't use it
Yeah.
all, you lost the
Yeah,
difference.
so it's a reimbursement grant. So
Okay,
yeah, I didn't realize it to hold on to it and then input everything
Okay.
all at once.
Okay.
Right.
I didn't know how it worked. It was my first time getting this.
So how much was it for? 16, you said 16?
16,471.
Yeah.
All your grants like that, or just this
No,
one?
this is the Forestry Service.
Okay.
Yeah.
From the Forestry Service.
Yeah, anything that you get from the government, whether it's the state or federal, they're all going to be reimbursement grants, and you have to use it all by a certain amount of time. If
Yeah.
not, you'll lose whatever you don't use. So
That's
just
kind of why I
No
pushed.
change back.
yeah, no change back.
That's why I kind of pushed to input all the information from this recent order because I didn't want to lose it because I think it expires in August, and I didn't want to wait until we get that second set of gear order.
Yeah,
Because if you miss out on it, then
yeah,
but I did. I called him the other day, and we can get an extension for it, but I didn't find that out. So
yeah. Well, no, I understand. It comes with you have to get involved in it before you really know how to get things done. So I did have a question. You guys are still fueling up at the co-op. Is there a reason why you fill up at the co-op versus like at the Valero or wherever we have
it's
like a
just
card?
easier for us.
Okay.
It's easier to get in because there's a lot of trucks that are over here, and then over here, what I noticed we had to get off, go give them the card, come back, fill up, go back, get the card, and then print the receipt, and then come back.
Okay.
So for us, it's just been easier to because our co-op card is still active.
Right.
So
I think you are using different, this one too.
Like a different grade,
Yeah.
maybe.
I know I talked to Dan, he said that it's better for the small, like, the small piece of equipment.
Okay.
maybe,
I mean,
maybe the gas, maybe it was for the gas. For the pumps.
Is that, no, probably zero ethylene. Some of them has 10%, some of them have zero, which is
Oh,
better.
yeah.
Better
So
for the
I know
small
the
engines.
co-op. Yeah, the
Yeah.
co-op doesn't have the
The small engine is better.
ethanol. So
Yeah, that's probably for it.
okay. All right. The other thing is, I know the dry season's coming. I mean, I know it doesn't look like it so far, but
Well, usually,
you know-
I'm very surprised. I think if you look back at last year, from January to April, I think we were sitting about 15 to maybe 20.
yeah,
And that was after the freeze, but we've been fortunate this year.
yeah. So you
Yeah,
guys
we still have some
prepared?
coming up, so.
Yeah, prepared. I mean, you have
Yeah.
everything you need to. I mean, because I know that
all the
once.
trucks are up and running.
Okay.
So we did have a little bit of issues with Rush too. Before we solved that issue, which was just a fuel filter, so.
So yeah, just make sure that you guys, whatever you need, I mean, because I know that you're going to be getting called out from the other departments for assistance calls once the dry grass season comes around, and just let us know if there's anything that you guys need to be prepared uh, for that. Make sure everybody has the right gear. I don't want anybody going out there and I know a few years ago there was a situation where some firefighters here got caught, out in the middle and lost a piece of equipment, and also some people were hurt. So I just want to make sure you guys have everything you need before, ahead of time, not be kind of getting things afterwards. Yeah. So, I mean, and you guys know, I mean, you do this every year. I mean, it always comes around in the summer, and um, just want to make sure that you guys are prepared and have everything you need as far as gear, shovels, picks, whatever it is that you guys use out there when it's a big grass fire. So,
Yeah, so I think it was 2 years ago that we got a bunch of, I think it's maybe $18,000 worth of tools and stuff, the chainsaws, extra picks, and shovels and stuff like that. This year, kind of focus was gear, so working on that still, getting into it. So
yeah,
it's a lot nicer, it's a lot lighter. So you guys will like it.
perfect. All right, any other questions?
Betsy, where are they compared to their budget? The fire department. I think their budget was what, 75,000 or something like that?
Yeah.
75,000. Does that, he got that grant for 25,000. Does that,
It's not included in here, so it'll be like an in and out, and that's another, I guess, part on the agenda to talk about how that's gonna work. But whenever I was talking to the people with the grant, they let me know that there's another grant available that we could apply for. It would be for, I guess, so at the front of their. It would be, I guess, for $1,200, which is what is estimated for the workers' compensation. There's a workers' compensation grant that she let me know.
Do the postal service.
Yeah, there's out there. They could put 1,200 back into the budget.
so they're at 58,000? They spent
No,
58,000?
it should be the bottom right, which is
It would,
16.
yeah, it would be the 58, so it'd be $16,000 left.
So he's got $16,000 left for the next 5 months, I guess.
But I we're going to do like a budget amendment, because I know there are some stuff that wasn't included in their original budget that are known expenses, like the building insurance wasn't included in there, or the windstorm, which is like 6,000 probably for 5.
And it's, I mean,
So-
Quick question also, so our budget was for 75.5.
Yeah.
Is that the money that we get from the county, is that part of that, or is that on top?
that,
Should be on top.
Should be on top of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the city budget is 75.5, and then, of course, whatever we get.
yeah, because we never really know what you guys are going to get because we don't know how many calls you're going to get. Some years you get a lot more calls out. No, it's not allocated in the budget. It's like what do you call it, an in and out?
Well, that money's not really guaranteed. We don't
Yeah,
know.
no, it's not. Well, one thing that
Yeah, 'cause
with
I don't think we touched anything with county money yet, unless
um,
we use something that came out of the budget, or didn't come out of the budget, then it's the county money. I don't think we
Well,
use that much yet.
well, I think that once we get these bank reconciliation stuff and they start helping with getting Encode set up correctly, and we can upgrade that to Encode version 10 or whatever, we might be able to start breaking this down, especially when it comes to grant money and stuff like that. So it's accounted for, and we can see it, and it's a little easier to kind of follow along how it's all being managed. So
Because if you look at this budget that we have for the fire department, as the mayor said, putting that money aside, it looks to me like we don't have enough money in there. Cause you're only left with 16,000 left for the
For the
remaining,
next few
for
months.
5 months. Cost of fuel is skyrocketing right now. So that's one of the
Zero.
things that we need to look at, even though they are gonna get the county money. We need to look at that.
Yeah, we can
And-
go ahead and like, we can do a budget amendment, move, to shift stuff around that needs to be shifted around.
Well, and I know y'all are gonna be working on the budget here pretty soon, so, I guess my biggest thing was she's got $17,000 for the remaining of the year. That's what you got left.
That's just gonna be for gas, because the rest, if you look at the form there, everything's already accounted for.
It looks like, right?
Yeah, so I think it should be gas.
Yeah, I mean, just in the
Yes.
last 3 months, you've spent almost $800 in gas.
Yeah, so gas might go a couple thousand.
Is it 800?
About $760 in gas over the last 3 months.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So, I mean, you still have another 5 months.
yeah.
So you're looking at it probably, yeah, I mean, you're probably looking at over $1,000
Month.
over the next
just keep an eye on
few
it.
months.
Just
So,
keep an eye on
yeah,
it.
I mean, and if it gets to that point where, you know, your fuel expenses get another, just get with Betsy so like that she can kind of let us know what's going on. And if we have to come and see about, like she said, doing a budget amendment to make sure that you guys, because like I know that it's going to get busy here, and then we have all these issues with the water,
That's what I'm
man.
thinking.
So like,
You
say,
know, so-
say if something happens, you know, a truck goes down, just having to go to the shop. We've
That's,
seen that, it can go anywhere between $1,000.
Oh,
to
yeah.
that's why,
$5,000.
that's why we're
So-
talking about
So
this.
if something like that, I mean, would that money just come out of the money that we came up, that we got county?
Well, again, that would be something that we'd have to bring to the council and just say, hey, look, you know, this is we'd have to make an amendment to the budget if we still need to move money around. Now, the money from the county is, I mean, because some of these trucks, I mean, just putting tires on it is 10 grand,
So-
you know. So,
But,
I mean,
but you, Mayor, you can line transfer, you can, like I said, we're over here at 6,000 and over here in line 2, we're at 3,000, you got 3,000 there, that's pretty much,
I think, Betsy, we can do line transfers easily, right?
Yeah.
If we have to
Yes,
amend
yes.
their budget, is where we
Yeah,
have
that's
to
a-
kind
that's
of
a
come
big
back.
thing, so
and-
That's what you want. That's
Okay,
what you
so
want.
you still got
Yeah.
3,000 in some of them already,
Yeah.
so you got,
yeah.
line, you know,
So
you
she
keep it
can
within
move-
the,
as long as it's within your
Yeah.
budget, and she can move money around for whatever you need, and
Yeah.
she'll just have to let you know, hey, you know what?
I mean, hopefully, I mean, trucks stay up and running. We
Yeah.
have the, all the life services that's coming up in July. So that's mine under 15 to 2,000, $2,000,
what you need to do is probably take a look at this, have whoever accounted, have Homer knows how to do this. Tell Homer, hey, Homer,
So,
where are we fat at?
so just a question, so the money we got from the county, let's say it was 10,000. Once you get that 10,000, don't you add it to their budget or no? Where does it,
In the past, just
okay, where does it
stays
go?
there. It just stays in the general fund. Like,
General
the
fund.
Whether it was not, I guess,
Okay.
allocated out.
So it goes into the general
We
fund?
could just put it, yeah, in the general, an additional $50,000 and add it to the 75.
Okay,
Taking 50,000 from somewhere else.
But there could be a line item for that too.
Yeah, I think the most thing is just getting this reconciliation stuff done so we can get everything, because I mean,
Yeah, I
like Ms.
agree.
Veit, Alderman Veit said, you know, in the past that those funds were put into the general fund and used for whatever the need was. But I think it's only fair that these guys get to use that money for whatever they need, because they're the ones that are going out there
Yeah.
and responding to these
Man,
calls.
It's
And
been done wrong for all this time, let's put it that way.
let's start to at least be fair to, let's try to be fair to these guys, because you know, I know I get the pages. I might just delete that app from my phone, because you guys have been getting called out a lot. I mean,
How about it too?
so yeah, so it's like going off, and my wife's like, "Why's your phone ringing?" Well, it's not. It's the fire department call out. So now dispatch just need to get some dispatchers that you can understand when they talk, because I'm like, I have, unless you guys just have been working with them for so long that y'all understand them. So sometimes I don't even have a clue what they're talking about, where they're calling you guys out to. So, but thank you again for what you guys do. Appreciate it. And just let us know where you are. I mean, make sure that you guys are ready for this summer heat and that you guys have what you need. I don't want anybody going out there getting injured. We don't want to lose a piece of equipment, nothing like that.
Yeah. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you. Miss Betsy, you're next in line, ma'am. For some reason, it's not showing on this other TV. It just,
Anytime I was turning this one on, it was turning this one off. Two, turn both on.
yeah. Oh, you were using the remote? Yeah, that's why. Because you need to turn one on by with your hand, and one, because if you hit the remote, they're both the same remote runs
I've never had
both
it.
TVs. Or cover it up with your hand. There you go. That should work. Cover it up if you're just trying to. Yeah. Get through that. Well, you know what? Let's put this one up here so we can at least follow along with you. I mean, if we need to.
There you
There
go.
you go.
So, the report is of March 31st, so that would be 50% through the year. And we have revenues over expenses, $310,000 right now. And this is for everything combined. So we're at 60% of our revenues and 53% of our expenses. For the general fund,
Let me catch up with you. See what page we're.
page 1.
What was our total operating budget for 2026?
Yeah, 1.8 million.
4,018,256 would be this first column.
Okay, I get it now. I know where you're at now. Okay.
And the second column, that's gonna be what happened in March 30, like the month of March only. Next is your year to date, and then where we're at as far as like how far we've gotten towards the budget, And the budget balance, that's gonna be what's gonna be left over. In that last column.
Is that a negative? 263? So that's just for the general fund, right?
This is for all of them. I went back to the other page. So we have 1.5 million left of revenues to collect. And we have 1.8 million left of expenses. We budgeted for.
Okay, so we're almost pretty close there. Okay, pretty good.
So this is just for the general fund.
Okay,
71% revenues, 58% expenses. And street is showing we're at 114% of the budget
where's that? At street?
right here.
Okay,
This number is not correct year to date. So in the budget last year and this year, I believe there's only one salary that was put into street. But how the system the accounting system has been doing is several guys' expenses or salary has been coming from street.
and
Trying to get with Encode on the proper way to move their expenses from street down into system. So system is underestimated or under expensed,
right.
and street is over expensed.
So has it always been like that since you've been?
Well, since last year's
Since-
budget.
Okay. And I mean, it's not just easy to just move it from one.
We moved it, but I could make a journal entry, but the payroll and I want a paper trail of it going.
Yeah,
the move,
I understand.
where someone can look back and see what happened. Like, there.
Okay, no, I understand. Yeah, I mean,
And there may
especially,
not be an easy way to do it other than a journal entry.
well, at least not now because we're already midway through the year, right? I mean,
I have switched them now, so they're showing up now in system.
okay.
So why do we have to have one person in street?
To allocate employees to street. Like,
To allocate what?
For,
We never had a
to
street
allocate some
department.
salary to street.
You don't want all your salaries coming out of one account.
yeah,
You want them dispersed out of separate funds.
it's kind of what we started doing with the utilities also about getting our billing person salary and at least one of the maintenance guys who's assigned, primarily to the utilities, fixing water leaks and sewer stuff like that, for their salaries to come out of, because they were all coming out of the miscellaneous at one time, right? I mean, and it was causing a really it was kind of difficult to follow. Okay, well, why is this person getting paid out of the miscellaneous? I think we even talked about creating an administrative line item for like you guys and for some of the clerks and stuff, having a separate line item instead of all coming out of the same miscellaneous. So
Because like currently we don't have anybody, like any salary portion for anybody is allocated to the garbage. And
See, it don't make
a
no
lot of
sense.
the work at the office goes into contact, getting a hold of people with the trash cans and all the trash answers, and then work like bills and paying bills on trash. So there should be a portion of salary that's going to trash that you can take out of your system or general.
no,
The question is how much.
Used to, we had Billy Joe City Secretary and the administrator, we had their, and even the bookkeeper, percentage of their salary was in general and then was in system and was in garbage because of how they had to work through all of that. So it I don't know, it's just how y'all
Yeah.
want to do it.
So what's the right way to do it?
Either way,
Well, I
but
mean,
it's better if you want to.
What
You
is-
got
There's gotta
guys
be a
out there.
right way to do it. Either all the salaries come out of one and that's it.
well, I think the salaries need to be sorted because there are people that do certain jobs,
Right.
that are associated, whether it's a percentage of from each. Because when I came in, and I don't know when they changed it, it might have been after Ms. Veit was gone. Everybody's salary was coming out of a miscellaneous account, which was out of the general fund. Everyone. And it just didn't make sense that, I mean, everybody's salary was coming out of there. The only ones were the PD employees that had, their own, but maintenance, the office clerks, everyone's salary was coming out of that one fund. And then of course then that fund would show a negative while the other funds showed,
Right.
it,
It distorts your budget figures.
yeah,
It makes
so.
people wonder, like, why am I paying so much for,
Right.
for garbage whenever you are just making buku of money on it? It's not true, but
Right.
to make it show like what's actually.
And I think one of the concerns that you had at one time was that they were moving money around constantly because they were running out over here, but it was because they weren't allocating things
That's
in
where
the
you come to
same.
budget. You budget that much.
So, but a problem was because of the reconciliation of all the accounts that we didn't have, and it was hard to, and it's not very. The way the encode is, the version we have now isn't really easy to move things around, like you said, without putting a journal entry
Right.
to have a paper trail of why. Because I know that sitting down with Betsy and going through some things, it's like, well, why was that moved over? And there's no explanation for it because
Yeah.
nobody ever went to put a journal entry in there.
Street,
So, and that's why she's spends a lot of time, with Miss Lisa trying to make sure that whenever they're going to move, that there's an entry in there to show that trail. But
So
man, I'm
how
just.
many employees do we have? So that's not a big number, really. You look at it.
So
It's TRS, regardless sewer or street is still, it's the same pocket. I understand.
Taxes on. What taxes based, those taxes will be spent on.
from the taxes, from the property taxes. So
Where the system is associating, relating that from
Fees.
full base.
Right.
from the being collect, from the building collect, which is the being done initially everywhere.
So it's us.
So,
We need to do it.
yeah.
Get the,
Well, I think that, and I think Ms. Lisa can talk a little bit more about this when we get there. Go ahead. I don't wanna just get
you said a very short meeting.
all right.
Right now, our revenues, show how much we need our taxes. And so, last permits, at $95,000. And that was making it for a permit, not for legal, not really, they had already paid that last year.
you added for the property was tax rate, you added 16,000 to the budget, unless it was for taxes. I think you were for,
This was,
overall, you added to the entire year budget, you added like a 1.5% increase.
just, revenue, it's just, expenses.
We're discussing your budget.
Yes.
I really guess what's the revenue to do it. Yeah, right. We can find that out. I think just so that you can review that. What percent are you using on employee salary in the general fund? You use a percent, right? Of their salary?
In dollars, like, everybody's salary except for,
Street maintenance guy.
except for, that's all,
Let's see. Well, that's-
your West is surrender and one person's surrender with being allocated.
So, okay.
Everything else is very solid.
Okay, We're street, but I think for people that are on salary, I can understand that when people are hourly. This is the difference is page 3. You see we have TRS, and not on there. We have one employee.
Page 3.
Page 3 of this here. Right, it should be TRAS. It's not in there. You see, there you go. It's either gonna be, it should be right there. You want to put a TR, you see it?
That's kind of what.
To me, is that a fringe benefit?
We can change that to determine, because it,
Yeah,
that's, there's not anything else.
it's a retirement, right?
It's just,
Okay, just, just so we can see it like, oh, okay, okay, makes sense now. All right, never mind.
I think it'll be really good if we can upgrade our system,
Yeah.
Ms. Lisa, so we can start, first of all, taking out the stuff that we're not using, because I know that talking to Ms. Betsy and our previous administrator,
Yeah.
it was difficult to get, I mean, you're looking at all these things and they don't have any money in
Right.
them, but you can't get them out. You can't delete them
Yeah.
without causing a big old
Yeah.
problem,
Yeah.
because if they were ever used in the past, it throws everything else off. So there's got to be a way for us to just say, look, to Tyler Technologies, this is what we need, and this is, what we don't need, and stop using some of these. I know Miss Betsy doesn't do it anymore, but in the past, they were using some of these other little accounts to put money in because they had to pay a bond or they need to pay something else. So in order for money wouldn't get spent, they were throwing it into these other little accounts that really didn't make sense.
and if you do look at your pages, there'll be like a skip, page 9, and I believe that's the mosquito fund that I just took out because, or the mosquito department, because there's nothing in there. So I try to chop down some of the pages.
See, that's what she said. That's what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah.
Take it out. And like over here, we got EDC here, and then we're gonna have EDC back over here on page 1. So, see, EDC here, and then library, and then we gotta go back, and then library gets,
So, on page 1 where it says library,
right.
those are the different funds. This was, needs to be removed, but this was rents for library. It's not the actual.
Okay. We can sit here and discuss this all day here, but.
Yeah, I think that's a budget weekend.
Yes, that's a budget we
with,
get to
with
rename
donuts
them.
and
To
everything.
rename them.
We already went over the fire department.
We're good.
And this is the police and municipal. It's still called police and it's still labeled a little funky. It's just payroll and supplies. I work with them.
See, then you still got French benefits there, 2,000, there's nobody there.
So this is for municipal. So they're at,
Well, that's, the one
Oh, yeah,
clerk,
yeah.
that's still,
So here we go again.
overall, they're at like 50% over budget.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this. I know y'all, and y'all are right. Things need to be gotten out of there that don't belong. But I'm gonna tell y'all, this is working, I'm sure, off of when we first put the general ledger on.
Right.
And the Tyler guys that did it, did what they wanted to do.
Oh, okay.
They argued with Janie
They make you fill out
a lot.
all of the questionnaires.
Yeah.
You work hard on doing it, and you hand it to them expecting your product to come out like.
And it does
fill out,
not.
And it comes out
This.
like a box. Like,
It's
store box,
ridiculous.
Like no customizations.
But
Yeah.
we're the customer. We tell them, no,
Well,
do it right.
Janie tried. Excuse me, previous city secretary tried, but they just did not listen.
Well, I think the mayor should give
Well,
them a call.
I think there's also an issue with,
was-
there was some input from the previous finance consultant that we also had.
Yeah.
That he had some input on what was
I
gonna
don't
be.
doubt it.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of what I've gotten from Tyler when I've talked to them, when I first started meeting or having issues with how the things were set up. And they said that, well, that was
What do you want it?
the
Oh,
previous
who?
consultant, that's what he had
Yeah.
recommended or whatever. So, I mean,
It was just a fiasco. It just hair pulling. They would not, those two gentlemen would not agree to, and I wasn't involved in it. I was still working the utility billing. But I know Janie, previous city secretary, was just pulling her
Well,
hair
get
out.
two other people. Those guys are not the only ones working for Tyler.
Well, those are the ones they assigned us.
No, just tell
and
them,
they,
tell them
well,
we're not happy with them.
you should have been in there then and done
I
that.
would have been in there. I
Well,
said, hey, we're not
I'm just
happy.
saying, it's,
well,
They
I
had
think,
their
I
way.
think with what happens is that they sell these products to the municipalities and they just sell it as is.
Yeah.
There's really very little customization. But when you have somebody like Councilman Dominguez who works in the private sector and he sees his
Yeah.
budget and stuff,
Yeah.
he right away sees, hold
Yeah.
on, this is just not, doesn't make.
Yeah.
So when you have somebody who has that kind of experience, I mean,
Don't fill it as customization. I mean, just fill out the questionnaires.
Yeah.
and don't-
and
They'll
then
do
it's
it.
just
Yeah.
a cookie cutter
Yeah.
product that you're selling to everyone else.
Well, this city has it. We
um,
ain't that city.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
we're not as big as,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
county
Yeah.
or
Boston, or
Yeah.
yeah,
San Antonio,
so
And it's like, this is it,
This is what
this
you
is
get
what you get.
Yeah. for that much money.
for that money.
For another 1,000, you get this.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
so
Of course.
well, I think they're gonna have two ladies to deal with this time around. So
Strongly.
yes, we might even have to get Mr. Councilman Dominguez involved there so
There
he
you
can
go.
bring some of his private sector experience in there.
Take that stuff.
Just another, someone else who has experience outside of municipal or county or stuff like that. So,
Donna, there's another fan, Donna. There's another fan out there. You need it. There's two fans out there. You need one.
all right,
You're
I'm
getting
sorry, Miss
red.
Betsy, go ahead.
And then the next is the EMS, where it's showing at 58.65, and like there's one line item change that. We're at 4% on electric, 158 on gas. That's probably switched around.
I'm glad you kind of brought up that issue about the fire truck, I mean, the ambulance, because I've been meaning to talk about it.
Yeah.
Did they,
They got their money. They
Oh,
got
yeah, they
the,
got the money.
so it's like, hey, I hear you.
because they've been telling us for 3 years that it
Yep.
was ordered,
Yep.
and that it was gonna have this new this and new
Yeah.
that and all this new technology. And
Just blowing smoke. Yeah.
Like the library's at 61%. Also, so I believe in the budget, the windstorm and insurance, like all in miscellaneous department. That's something that it needs to be moved from and allocated to library and the fire department.
so,
We used to do that.
4,500 showing in the library that would go back in our budget.
Okay. And page 9, or page 11 now?
This is for the community center. Um, We're showing $8,000, well, we've already spent over $8,000 that was allocated for the budget. And that's due to
The roof? Yeah.
So where did you get that money? So are you gonna line transfer it? So what are you gonna do?
No, the budget,
We should have a budget amendment for it.
Why do we have budget amendment? How would you just line transfer? Like, the county does that every week. Every week
But they
is,
go to account, like, we just need to come to you and present it before the expenses taken.
yeah.
Okay, but, okay, so here's my, here, this is exactly why, like, we already spent 27,000. So as soon as that was identified, we should have amended that budget that month for that very wrong month. And I don't know
Yep.
why it's sitting like this, because it doesn't add up at the end of the year, and it's not going to, because you know why it's not gonna add up? Because we haven't, no,
Yeah.
because we haven't made adjustments
Yep.
for Falcon.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
we need to make adjustments. If we're over budget, so we're
Let
over
us know.
budget at $8,000. Where's, we don't rent it that much, right? So
No.
where's that money going in all this?
It goes to the general revenue. This is something that could be put into its own fund and tracked separately. That way the revenue, you can easily identify the revenue that's coming from it and the expenses.
So I could be wrong, but to me, like you're in control of the budget once we approve it. So when you see a red flag like that, to me,
Let us know.
it goes on that next city council meeting and you say, hey, we got to amend the budget for
Yes.
the community center because of so-and-so. I
Yeah.
recommend this. You make a recommendation where you get that money from, and
Yeah.
guess what? You're back. And that's
I
it.
didn't know about this expenses.
Yeah, that was kind of taken over by the previous
But-
city administrator,
but
so.
Regardless,
Then-
as soon as you saw that, should have amended it. I don't know if there's anything else, but that's the way I see. I don't know if I don't know. I could be wrong.
No, it's right. You're right.
No, I mean, it,
We're
you're right.
planning on amending the whole entire budget. I think that's why we haven't, I guess, tackled these like this. But I guess whenever they come up, noticeable,
So
go ahead, yeah.
So, yeah, but it helps, it does two things. One, it keeps you on top of your budget that year, and it allows you for being able to plan for the following year.
Yes.
Say, hey, wait a minute, we didn't put enough money, or we did, we just had a bad experience with a roof or something, and you're not gonna have that again.
But where contingency funds come, 'cause,
But you-
contingent, yeah, we get it out of this for this, just in case.
well, I
See-
think that
see,
if we know,
To me, Mayor, this is the way I see it, like, once we approve the budget, like, at least every month, we should have an update. At the beginning of the meeting, allow her to give us an update. We're on track, we're not on track, here's my recommendations. And then we're on top of things. It makes
Yeah.
the process a lot easier. At the end of the year, you're not spending a lot of time reinventing the wheel. You've
Yeah.
already got it invented.
so you think it's something you can kind of keep up and kind of give monthly reports, so like that, if there is something, because I know ideally for something like this, if you're generating revenue from something, you want it to be able to show up in that particular,
Right,
for that
right,
particular,
right.
for
Like
that.
the water.
Yeah, like the
I'm
water
pretty sure we're
does,
getting
you know?
more money in the water.
So, because we have to kind of, okay, well, how much revenue did we generate last year from the
Water.
from the community center?
Right.
Okay, was that enough or more? You know, so we have to budget. Okay, well, last year we made $8,000 from renting the municipal court, so we're gonna budget $8,000. So, but like you said, it's all going into the general fund, and it's not really being tracked here. So, I mean, I really, do we know when these guys are gonna do this reconciliation stuff so we can get with Tyler about the upgrade?
That's in the,
Oh,
It's
okay.
in our agenda.
Okay, I'm sorry. Move on. I'm sorry. No, but
I
yeah,
agree.
it is.
Amendments need to be made every month.
Yeah. All right, ma'am, I'm sorry.
So, park, we're at 100% of the budget.
What page you on?
Uh,
Twelve.
page
12.
12 at the top page.
12 at the top.
It's budget 10 page.
Got you.
That's it.
What did we do in the park? What did we spend for the park?
So we're at 168% of the budget already. So we get another budget.
See, like
Small tools, um, equipment repairs,
like Dominguez says, you know, we should know about this.
the mower that was
Mhm.
purchased. We didn't have it in the initial budget, so that would.
Yeah.
it was only me.
Well, I know we've also had some issues with equipment. Um, So if we come together in a special meeting, a special call meeting later on this month to amend the budget, is that something that, I mean, you could get us a list of things that need to be amended?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll just do that. If you can get us a list of things that need to be amended and where that money's gonna be.
We could also,
Okay.
I think it's enough of this. It's gonna be-
So like when I see you wanna go back to the park.
Park.
So when I see something like this, this is telling me that we missed the, we didn't control the small tools budget big time.
Right, exactly.
So, to me, you should make that adjustment. And then at the bottom line is where we need to come in. At the bottom line, we don't need, I mean, at least unless councilman wanted different. But to me, the bottom line is what counts, because right now, we missed the weeding control big time. We missed that line, we missed basically all of them. No, the utilities were good.
Well, I think if it's a line item to line item, like if we're moving from one line item because we're not going to use that
There you go.
money,
Yeah, very
that
good.
can, you guys, you know that. I mean, you
Very
can do that. But if it's something it's going to exceed the overall budget for that particular
Not so much.
department,
It's almost
then
double.
that should be coming up at a next meeting or something like that.
I
So,
promise you, at the end of the year, once you get track of that, your budgeting process will be a lot easier,
Sure.
and a lot simpler. But yeah,
and like, on some of these, we just move it down to have the capital projects separately stated, or where it stands out that we're not gonna have $7,500 next year in small tools.
Yeah.
because
You've already done it. You've already done it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a chunk
Well,
of change
I
out
think
of this
that,
year.
Ms. Lisa, I think you talked about starting to log in and inventory a lot of these tools, because it just seems that when the guys go looking for tools, they're gone. And we bought that storage container for them to store that stuff in there, and I still see them stored in the shop. And having an inventory list to make sure what it is we have, because like you said, I mean, if they don't use it very often, when they go to use it, it's like, oh, well, where did it go?
Yeah.
You know, but I think you had made a good suggestion about starting to tag these items with city name and numbers or something to identify them, in case they end up at the pawn shop or something, you know.
CD loader.
Yeah, exactly, because we have had pieces of equipment,
Oh,
you know,
expensive stuff.
expensive pieces of
$10,000
equipment
worth, you know.
that have gone up missing. So, all right, ma'am.
Next is the miscellaneous, which all admin, we're at 50% or a little bit low supplies, we're at 114% of the budget, and I think it's just in the office supplies, I think that's where some of
What-
the IT.
What page are you on?
11.
11?
The budget
14?
11.
No.
No.
Bottom,
You're
or
on
page
13, right?
13.
13?
13, yes.
Okay, 13.
And this is general fund. Okay, I'm seeing. I'm sorry.
But those like server expenses.
That was the upgrade from the server that we just had recently.
So in March, we paid $3,000 overtime? Or no? Does it?
What line item are you at?
General fund overtime. It's 3,000, yeah.
Oh, that's it, okay.
We haven't spent.
We haven't spent
no
it.
overtime? Okay.
The thing is that these salaries would be for in the office where these are, and
Okay.
everybody takes comp time instead of overtime. So that's something that probably moves somewhere else. It's not being,
Line transfer.
I'm not even gonna line transfer some.
It's too many numbers, man. Too many numbers.
Mhm.
It looks like the survey expenses.
Yeah, that's-
We're at 590% of the budget.
What's that again?
Survey.
Expenses.
Okay.
I think these are inspection expenses probably, and that's another one that may need to be in its own fund, is the permits, the licensing and permits, to show the revenue split and the expenses associated with it.
Because right now, we're only charging what he charges us, right? Because we had to kind of make that change kind of midway. So we might have to look at, the fees. So
No, I get it. Did we ever go back and adjust the city fees?
we did, but I don't think we,
Because it kind of did it just like that.
yeah. But I think we need to
Yeah,
go
look at that.
And we are being charged more for the new meters than we were previously.
charging.
Being charged, we're having to pay more for the meters. Like the meters that we just bought for livestock are more expensive. Just we're having to pay tariffs on them, we weren't having to pay tariffs on them.
Don't you have a contact over there in Taiwan or
Yeah,
something?
we'll get a jet out there. We'll get in the black market.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I talked to Flagstop and they said they're doing 115 homes. They're doing 15 right now, to start off with. And apparently they already have, I guess they're working on closing some. That's what the project manager said, that they were already had offers, I guess. People put their lot or whatever. So
That's good.
we might see kids running around over there here pretty soon.
You gotta go through all this.
I think we,
I think we had enough.
you guys want to continue going
No,
through?
we're good.
We're good.
All right, Miss Betsy, we're good.
You're off the hook.
No, we're good.
Unless there's something important that you want to share.
I think so on persistent, we're at 50% of the budget for revenue and 50% on the expenses.
Right on target.
So we're good.
On the part of those.
Okay.
See, that's what we're talking about right there.
So I have a question. So we had 100 water meters left remaining installed. Did we do?
I'm not sure if those 100 got installed, but we did.
That was
have
the
the-
report we had last with 100.
Yeah.
There was, we had to reinstall or
No, the ones that he's talking about are the ones like the big pipe, the big ones like for no, those I think are gonna come on stage 3. I think they're gonna take care of those in the third stage because it had the bigger lines and for the restaurants and businesses and stuff. So, and I think there were some where there was homes that were no longer, like they had either were abandoned or something, and we were gonna delete those out until they're actually needed. There's no point in installing them either.
As far as those meters, as far as like the third phase, it was approved to go along with the third phase, I believe, a long time ago. But yes, we need to do it because that will give everybody a better look at their daily water usage. And it will help monitor it more. But there's also other expenses that came up with service that may require that money. We'll get to.
Can we get the rep, can we get the rep to come up here and talk to us about that?
Yeah, get HydroPro up here.
Have them come up here and tell us, hey, what's going on, you know?
What's going on with stage 3? Because
Yeah.
that was going to be the antenna. I mean, I
Yeah.
think that if you start to take away the actual hands-on work that we're having to do right now, like with our billing and with the guys having to go out there, and then some meters aren't picking up, and they're having to go out there and actually, find out what's going on.
Man, they should
You
be
know,
on warranty.
Yeah, we need to get HydroPro out here.
Yeah.
And they've been out there and they.
Well, to come and talk to us.
Yeah.
So, oh, they replaced all the ones that were not working? Okay.
Well,
Any complaints? Okay. Okay.
And we're 100%. We're 100%?
Everything's working right now?
Okay. I want to talk to Angela tomorrow. Well, get Angela on the horn. Okay. All
Well,
right.
if Angela can run like maybe like a test, something to
Yeah.
make sure that they're all coming
Yeah,
up,
Yeah.
might be good. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and, okay, I lost my. So we're gonna go ahead and move on from this. Let's go ahead and move to item D, provide an update report on the bank reconciliation progress. All right, you're up.
So last I spoke to them, they've gotten through 1 month, which is October 21. And once they can get the one down, everything will start to fall into place.
Right.
To put the auditor's balances with or I guess our balances with the auditors, or the journal entries that roll it forward into their system. So they'll be able to move past it.
So once they get that, what are they working on, right? 21, 22?
Yes.
So once they get that in place, then the rest should kind of
Yeah.
follow.
Should.
And we're meeting them weekly.
Yes.
Okay,
Every Tuesday.
nice.
Cool.
What are they saying about, I mean, the possibility of audits? At what point are they looking at the audit, or how?
We're gonna target was like as far as
We have them set.
Oh, maybe next week when y'all meet with them, just see what the, okay.
So real quick on the bank accounts, it looks really funky. So we're still showing all the old ones and we're having to transfer money. Whenever money comes into it, or a check is written out of the old one, or the check is cashed out of the old one. And so they're having to do the manual transfers on those. And I highlighted the ones that kind of go together. In the beginning, they were just numbers,
Oh, okay.
hard to see. So green, that's
The green is
old
the,
one, and then the new one.
and the new one, okay.
Okay. Cool.
So the old one is the one at the bottom,
Yes.
which has that small balance in it to cover up whatever the checks are at that are out right now. Okay.
Like the negative 15 is not.
Okay. All right. Quarterly administrative report. All right, ma'am. You're up, Miss Lisa.
All right, so I submitted the 2023 SEP application to TCEQ on April 14th. And they responded by that with this email. And this email indicates,
Mike,
so what this indicates is evidently there was still a 2019 SEP that was still open. So the TCEQ, by the name of Carlos, wanted to meet with me via Zoom. And so we met on that Friday, I believe it was April the 17th. And what I did before I met with him, because I had just turned in the 2023 SEP and I was looking at what he sent me, and the way it reads was that there was only a total amount of invoices that amounted to $21,000 for the 2019 SEP. And the 2019 SEP was close to $60,000. So what I did was on that Thursday before the meeting, I emailed him 33 invoices from 2019 to 2022 and all wastewater invoices. And so when I spoke to him on Friday, on the 17th, he indicated to me that management wasn't sure if they were going to give us credit for the 21,000 or for the 33 invoices that I submitted, because there were 5 years past, that it was kind of late to turn them in, but they were going to look at it and they were going to consider it. And the 2023 SEP was not discussed because he says that we cannot review the 2023 SEP until the 2019 is closed. So when I spoke to him, we talked about the lift stations, we talked about, the wastewater treatment plant and everything. And I told him that with my 2023 SEP that I turned in, the total amount of invoices that I turned in for the wastewater treatment plant totaled out to $400,000. So I'm hoping that, because you have
Mhm.
to, if you have violations that are turned in from TCEQ, you have to fix those violations. So one of the things is that we might have turned in $400,000 worth of invoices, but the grit removal is still not working. It hasn't been working for years. And so on April the 1st, TCEQ came in just to do like an kind of like an inspection on everything. And I think I had that attached, which is the TCEQ exit interview form, which is this one right here.
okay.
Can we put it on this page? So if you look at 1 and 2 on this was already submitted to them. We turned that into them, the information which is attached to the packet. So 3 and 4 are still the 3 pumps that still remain not fixed, because the wastewater treatment plant is supposed to be functioning with 4 pumps, and it's been functioning with 1 pump for the past few years. So that's in our 2023 SEP, and again, that's that was found as a violation in this last TCEQ inspection. Again, the grit removal is still an issue from the 2023 SEP till this inspection that they provided us. So those are things that we're gonna have to, you know, budget or try to figure out how we're gonna. I mean, we have here on the SEP of the 2023 SEP, we have, it said that we have until July the 1st of 2027 to fix all the violations. The only thing is that until we close the 2019 SEP, I don't know what credit that they're gonna give us from the 2023. And he did say that it takes a while for them because they have to review all the 33 invoices that were submitted for the 2019 SEP. So until then, you know, here we are. Number 6, number 7, number 8, and number 9, and number 10, those issues have been all fixed already. Everything's been cleaned up.
Ms. Lisa, would you have a
Number
course-
10 on the interview.
Can't hear.
So on number 10,
I'm looking for that.
it indicates
Toward-
failed to maintain
third
lift
to
station.
last.
Lift station number 1 and lift station number 3 had auto alarms which were not operational. That's been fixed already.
Way back.
Cook Street, which is lift station number 8, had a non-functioning auto visual alarm. That's been fixed.
Real quickly. Real
Yes.
Now, can you do a cross-check on like number 1, number 2, like on these invoices and see that we got billed for those?
These invoices that you have right there that are submitted are from the 2019 SEP.
So, but they
This
correspond
is
to any
from
of the,
2026.
but
They
do
just
some of
came in
them,
on April the 1st.
but some of them kind of like match up?
Yeah, just to see if they did.
Because we got charged for them and everything get fixed.
No, they're not. So the 2019 SEP, those invoices right
Yeah,
there
right,
are for
right, I see.
2019. That's $21,000
Yeah, okay.
of invoices.
Yeah, okay,
Okay.
that's right. And there's some of those invoices are those that we fix over here, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay. I just-
So if I could just share briefly, talking to TCQ about the 2019, what they mentioned to me is that they did receive a lot of invoices for work that was done.
Right.
They were being pretty much bombarded, I would say would be a good word, with invoices of work that was done, but none of that work was specifically for the items that
Right.
That's what
it
I'm
was
saying.
for other stuff that had nothing to do with what the violations that they had pointed out to us. So, you know, while they were receiving a lot of invoices for work that was being done, it had nothing to do with
Violations.
the violations themselves. So they were not going to count those towards the closing out of the SEP. So that's why Ms. Lisa had to go back and
Yeah.
research and make sure that invoices corresponded with
Right.
the specific violations that they were requesting, which was a handful because, I mean, you're having to look back, you know, to stuff from 2019, you know, 2020,
Right.
and so on. So,
So the thing with the 2023 SEP, okay. 3 of the 4 pumps were not working then. The
Right.
grit remover was not working then. If they come back and they do another inspection with the same issues, they are not gonna give us any credit for the $400,000 that we spend on the wastewater treatment plant, and they're gonna fine us the $100,000 that it says on the 2023 SEP. So we need it, you know, within, and they give you 5 years, which is why what happened with the 2019 SEP, there was issues that they hadn't fixed. And then they weren't sending all the invoices whenever they were fixing this stuff. And so the same issues from the 2019 go on top of the 2023. So it's just,
Can they send you those invoices? Can TCEQ send you that $400,000 worth of work?
the invoices that were sent to them
Yeah.
that didn't apply to,
Right.
I mean,
I mean, and then we can
ask,
see.
but,
I
I
mean,
mean, I don't know if they kept them or not.
I'm
I
pretty sure they
mean,
got pretty good bookkeepers.
If we send them, we should have a record of
Yeah.
maybe. What I'm saying is, he could be making up invoices.
So, you know, I'm just gonna tell y'all, so the wastewater treatment plant right now, there's 3 pumps not working. The grit removal is not working. Lift station number 1 needs 1 pump, which was on the 2023 step. Lift number 2 needs 1 pump. But lift station 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8, both pumps are working, panels are working, everything's working on those now. Now Meadowbrooks is our newest lift station. And it's probably causing us the most problems because we've had a rental there for over a year now. We've spent over like $14,000 on that rental. Both pumps are not working. The panel was not installed right. So both pumps, if we were to have bought both pumps, just the pumps alone together would have been a little over $14,000. But we have already spent on the rental. So
My question
You
is,
know, right
where's the
now
warranty?
things
We have warranty on that.
We didn't purchase Meadowbrook.
Warranty on,
We didn't purchase it. We just gave money to the developers.
so the developer didn't get no warranty on the lift station.
nobody has any history of the lift station in Meadowbrooks. I can't find anything. I couldn't find anything.
How about we just
Once the lifting station was installed,
Right.
it was handed over to the city. The city accepted it as is.
That's it.
But the inspector that came out said that with the pumps that were installed in there were too small
Right.
for the system that was going to service all those houses.
Right.
And now as the houses are going up faster, I mean, it's going to become a real big issue because those pumps compared to the pumps that we have in these other lift stations are small. I mean, they are tiny things compared to what we have here. And even the mechanical,
And EDC funded
board-
$150,000 of it.
We found minutes where the developer went to EDC and asked for $150,000, which was approved. The bid was $300 and something thousand to fix it. So EDC it came to council and it was approved for the $150,000.
That we've never seen any invoices or documents on the cost and diagram of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing in a Meadowbrook file in there? There should be a Meadowbrook subdivision folder somewhere.
Somewhere.
I don't know where.
It should be under subdivisions in a file cabinet. Just asking.
So I did have a contractor and I'm gonna get another bid for the 3 pumps out in the waste, the main plants. So I'm gonna get another bid for those because we had a consultant, a TCQ consultant come in April. And we, I went through the wastewater treatment plant, all the lift stations. And, we only have Victor there, and Victor's keeping it in great shape, the best that he can. But he said 2 people need to be there at all times. Of course, we can't have that. I mean, we can't budget for that. But I mean, Victor's doing a really good job. He's doing a really good job handling it. So then I have Blackstock, the new, there's 18 homes going up now. I was driving around there a few times and I didn't notice that the houses were pretty close. Got a phone call from Councilman Huerta and We were like, no, it's 7 feet, it's 7 feet. And then our inspector came and was like, no, it's 5 feet. So it was like panic mode, it was like, oh my God. But we ended up finding
They got a
where
variance.
the developer did come and speak to the council and it was approved for the 5 feet. So I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention. I also attached the name of the street, and the first street that the houses are going up are on Meansville Street. I know.
Does this need, like, we need a whole thing of variance things for it, Effie?
What's that?
A whole, list of variances for each of them to list them all out?
For each individual home?
Yeah.
Well, I,
Documentation of the city.
Well, he did this.
yeah, because I was gonna say,
Yeah. So it was approved. I just wanted to show everybody that was approved before.
being as the entire subdivision was approved for the variance, that takes care of it. So it was included in that.
Yeah, because he has all 53 homes.
Yeah, I think that we talked about before, about maybe putting some kind of, when people come in here, that we have some kind of letter that we can provide them that, it's signed by the administrator, the mayor, that the council gave them a variance, so they can keep a copy, and then we can put it away somewhere, saying that this was what was requested. I mean,
That variance. Did I send you that letter that Mayor was talking about?
Mhm.
I think we have that letter.
Is this right?
okay.
Yeah, this one. It should be that.
So, Ms. Lisa, can you talk a little bit about the letter that we got from TCQ that was emailed to us?
I'm sorry?
The letter that we got from TCQ that was emailed to us from Stephen Hall,
The letter from.
that was regarding the October 30th, 2024 of the enforcement action
I'm sorry?
on what is it? This our
Carlos Flores, this one?
Yeah.
no, this is from, it was a letter from Stephen Hall. I think we just got it today. I think you'd send it to me, forwarded it to me, emailed it to me, telling that they had closed out this. You want to see it? Shoot.
So this was the October 30th of 2024. So this was the review of pending enforcement action for the city of Oda for the 2024 October 30th. TCEQ indicated that there's not going to be any action. This letter is to inform you that the TCEQ has completed its review of this matter based on the information currently available. We have determined the formal enforcement action is not warranted against the city of Odom at this time. As such, all violations documented in the notice of enforcement letter dated April the 26th, 2024, and the proposed agreement order mailed to you on October the 30th for a response.
So that's just they're closed out, and I can forward that letter to each one of y'all. It was another inspection, and we took care of it, and they closed that one out. So I'll forward that to y'all later this evening, to your emails. It's going to be hard to try to get all this stuff done, considering where we are already at the year. We're already halfway done with the year. But I think that once you get those estimates and stuff, if we need to meet, because we have until next year.
Yeah.
But with shipping and things not being available, it might take longer to get them. Instead of a month, it might take 3 months to get stuff that we need. We might have to start looking at what we're going to do now and not wait until the until the start discussing it and then budgeting it for this next fiscal year. Because we don't know if we order 3 pumps, how long is it gonna take to get them? If we're not getting them, if they don't have them in stock here, I mean, it might take 3-4 months. I mean, we're already at the end of the year, so, so yeah, just maybe get those and then forward them, and we'll send them out, and then we'll see if the council wants to meet to see about how to move on that, so. Do we have item F, this is the public information?
Something back on the blacktop, so they donated 3 acres of land. That's something that, I guess when we take possession of it, we'll be mowing. And I'm not sure if that's anything that we can put something on. So it's another thing that we'll.
Well, I think
for next year's budget.
yeah, I think the idea is to maybe put a park out there for that side of town, that the kids can play, but I think we'll just kind of look at that once everything's done out there, so. All right, Ms. Lisa, you want to talk about that item F? The Public Information Act.
So the next item on the agenda is a PIA request for the city received on April the 23rd. And this is a doozy. So there's 2 of them. One is for access and copies of all of these records from January 1st of 2018. And this is all with the city information. And then there's another one for January 1st of 2018. Wants everything from the police department. So we have until Thursday to respond for PIA guidelines. We are going to ask for an extension, obviously, because that's a lot of information. We did have our IT guy come in today because I think 2 years ago we switched from Microsoft email. We had Google email, so that account had been closed. So it had to be reactivated today. And just on the emails alone, we uploaded like 200,000 emails. So I had to explain to her that we're gonna have to review all of them because there could be social security numbers, driver's license numbers, HIPAA laws, everything's gonna have to be redacted, so, just
Let her
letting
know,
everybody
let her know the
know.
cost.
Yeah, give her a cost.
Let her know the cost.
Give her a call, 1,000 something.
We're trying to come up with that
But
number and
I would respond, look,
Yeah.
your request is extremely cumbersome. It's too broad. If you could please narrow the time frame and a specific period that you're looking for, maybe that'll reduce the time and energy that this office is gonna have to devote to grabbing all that information. But as of now, the way you have it, this is your cost right now. So before you go any further, we're letting you know that your bill's gonna be over $1,000 for us to process this.
Probably more, because then you gotta get people's time and stuff.
Just let her know something like that, that way we're not in the hook anymore, you let them know. Because aside from going through all that, I mean, just factor in your time, your hours, and then per page, everything, she's asking. And again, I mean, that's just too cumbersome, too broad. I mean, right now, other cities that I represent, we're going through the same issue. They're just being bombarded by the same individual
Yeah.
requesting back to 2004. And it's like, oh my God. But you can't keep them from that. But again, that's the way you respond to a crazy request like that.
Once you throw money in there, they start backing up like, oh, wait. Because that you look at money, you look at our employees' time, paper, all that costs.
And some people are trying to say, well,
$15 an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
Employees paying over $15 an hour, so.
before our IT guy did either, like, he was there like for 5 hours.
There you go. And then pages. Then you got redact information.
That's the same response right there. I would let them know.
Who's this?
We're gonna get an audit out.
I have no idea.
And the bad thing is, you can't question their motive for
Nope.
doing it, but,
Mhm.
at the same time, you can let them know that, hey, why don't you, refine your request, be more specific, so we can get this information to you a lot faster.
Or-
If not, this is what you're looking at. And, let them know.
Well, call the public information people. They got a hotline. Just call them tomorrow and say, hey, I have this. Tell me something that I can work with. Can I broad it, or can I just send it for you for your opinion? That's what they're there. They're there to answer our questions. Just and email them this. This is what I have. And how much do we charge them? Because we got emails, we got to redact the emails and all that stuff.
And some of those emails are be personal
Right.
stuff that they're not entitled to.
That's right. It's true.
Mhm. All right, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move on to the discussion and action items. Item A, discuss, consider, take action to approve the minutes from the regular meeting held April 7th, 2026. I have a motion.
Make a motion to approve the minutes. April 7th.
A motion by Alderman Falcon and a second by Alderman Vite to approve the minutes. We'll go ahead and open it up for discussion. Is there anything that we might need to look at to change or? All right, then we'll move on to a vote. Place 2,
Yes.
place 3,
Yes.
place 4.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item B, discuss, consider, and approve the reimbursement agreement with the Odom Volunteer Fire Department PPE grant reimbursement. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the reimbursement.
So I have a motion by Alderman Dominguez to approve the reimbursement. Do I have a second? All right, no second, so the motion dies.
I like to do.
Can I ask why? Or I can't ask why?
I mean, not if the motion doesn't open, we don't
I'll
get to
I'll
the
second it for discussion.
discussion. Okay.
What- Is that what he was talking about? I was trying to get, I was gonna come back to see what this,
I'm thinking that's what it is, right?
that's what I'm asking.
That's what it is.
Mhm.
So, but how much is it?
He told us.
So the city paid the money, $17,338, for the equipment.
Okay.
Then the check came,
They got a grant for 20,
Hey,
but they
yeah,
only
you don't pay
paid that.
16
Mhm.
something, 16.
16,471.
the fire department received a grant for $16,471. So this agreement is with the fire department that the city will pay that 5%, $866.90. That'll be the portion the city pays with the matching. And then, they're gonna give that check to us. It's in their name, so they have to cash it. And this is more of just for the auditors as a trail of money came in and this is what the money was used for.
Question, they bought all this thing thinking they're gonna get this grant, correct?
I believe it was already approved, like they already had that grant money.
Well, they had the grant money was approved
Right.
for the $25,000.
Right. So
When they went and bought the stuff, they only spent a portion of it, but they didn't turn in the information for they didn't spend the rest of it in time. So by the time they wanted to spend the rest, they couldn't.
Yeah.
And so they only got reimbursed for what they
sent all
bought.
the information in and it got closed.
Well, he needs to do his motion to just pay the difference, to also pay the difference. You know,
Approve
because
a reimbursement agreement with the,
it was 16 something, it was
do
16.
we know what the reimbursement is that we're talking about?
The reimbursement was $16,471 and the equipment, the city has already paid it, is $17,338.
So you got to do for the difference also.
Okay,
So they
so,
would be giving us $866.90.
So that'll look good on the paper, okay, we only got this much, where did they get this much? Does that make
Right.
sense, Isaac?
Yeah.
To include the,
The 800 and
800 something dollars.
The difference. So.
stating
is
that they got a grant for 16 something, and
It shows it on the, this is a reimbursement agreement.
see, I don't have that letter.
The volunteer fire department was awarded grant funding under the.
There you go.
The assistant program.
Oh, I got it, okay, there.
The
Oh, yeah.
total cost of PPE is $17,338. Grant price reimbursement of $16,471, and representing 95% of the total cost.
See, the motion said, I make a motion, we pay 17.
Well, I
with-
think if we just make a motion to reimburse the
Yeah.
reimbursement as noted in the reimbursement agreement.
Yeah, yeah,
And
something like
then
that,
like that.
yeah. So we can
Alright.
account for that 800, whatever that amount is.
So, I mean, 'cause this is the
866.
agreement here, so, I mean, and this is what we're gonna work off of, right?
Yeah.
Betsy?
Yes.
So,
Yeah, just-
all right, so you wanna adjust the motion to just, approve the reimbursement agreement as, I don't know, Epi. I thought
All we're
I,
doing is reimbursing.
yeah, so just to approve the
Okay,
reimbursement
but
agreement
but
with the city of
The
Odom.
city is picking up that $866. That's what I'm trying to say. We want to,
Okay, so
But it's on there already.
Yeah, it's already
no,
on here.
but they only got
It's not on there.
60, it's
Oh.
on here.
Line items number 3 is the remaining 5% cost shares and
It is-
knowledge
So
contribution.
that 17 doesn't show up on, it's not an expense that shows up in here. Because it shows, it would be on a receivable, that we would be getting, it would be on the
They
balance
just to
sheet.
get the right terminology for us for the paperwork.
So, I mean, we already have a document
Right, and it's been signed,
and it's been, well, that's what we're gonna try to do is approve this agreement.
okay.
It's already got all the wording in it.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So
You have it?
Just a motion to
Yeah,
approve the
let's get-
reimbursement
yeah.
agreement, between the Odom, okay, I mean, it's perfect right there, the way it's.
The way it's written?
Yeah, okay, yeah, just
So-
like that.
Okay, so I think we already had a motion, we already had a motion, but, yeah, well, I already had a motion by Councilman Dominguez.
But I put
To
discussion, I'll
approve.
change it to approve it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we have a motion by Councilman Dominguez to approve the reimbursement agreement between the city of Odom and the Volunteer Fire Department. It was seconded by Councilman Falcon. We will go ahead and vote. Place 2,
Yes.
place 3,
yes.
place 4.
Yes.
Okay, so,
Yeah, I didn't, like I said,
yeah, it's already all worded
Yeah.
in here.
cool.
Next item, discuss, consider, and give direction regarding and planning calendar for adopting a budget setting and tax rate public hears workshop and meetings for the fiscal year. Do I have a motion? Just to set up a calendar.
I'll make a motion.
So I have a motion by Alderman Falcon. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
A second by Alderman Veit. So we'll open for discussion. This is basically just to try to set the calendar for our budget. I know that there's one that they presented for us. Miss Lisa, if you want to just kind of,
Where did you get this from?
It's got a copy from last year.
Yeah, but there's 2 of them.
That's
There's,
the one from last year.
looking online, there's a one for adopted a tax rate and there's two calendars. Which one are we gonna be using?
The no new tax rate.
Yeah.
The one there
Yeah.
was from last year.
Well, you see, there's no new tax rate and there's the other one is there's 2 calendars.
Because we can't increase taxes, it would be behind on
Yeah.
mhm.
See, that's,
Schedule this one off of the no new tax rate.
okay, that's all.
But I went by the TML, they have an updated one for this year, and some of the dates just didn't seem incorrect. Like, it has stuff landing on Sundays and Saturdays, which I didn't think it was probably supposed to be like that. So they're, it's causing some revisions. And this is just a draft.
Yeah.
Well, let me see
If
what,
you look at last year's calendar, it was the same. Some fell on Saturday, some fell on Sunday.
yeah.
Yeah.
On last year's calendar. I think it's just kind of the last.
This is the
day.
deadline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what they give you for
And
the,
I don't know if they're allowed, and then also, I think they still had some 3-day notice wording in there, which is not.
Have we gotten the
anymore.
appraised values from the appraiser already?
Yes.
Okay. Because I know that you guys were kind of meeting with them already.
I got
about
mine today.
So on the far right, this would be the mandated deadline, and this would be the deadline that we would be using, which would be our target deadlines. We want to be ahead of schedule.
that. Okay.
I like it.
And really, the ones that we want to look at the most would be the ones in yellow. Would be the ones we kind of want to decide on when those council workshops should happen. Last year, they weren't until August 2nd was the first one. And then August 23rd was the next one. I think they need to be either more or earlier, like a lot earlier, like coming up soon.
So we're in May. I'm sorry. Yeah, May. So we need to be looking at, well, July 30th. And what kind of dates are you talking about? I mean,
I think we
June?
should have one in June or the sooner the better to kind of more get everybody's what people are wanting to put on there, like more like wish list type items.
so, how about let's do it on a Saturday morning. Is everybody okay with that? You want to do it early in June or, we got the 6th and the 13th.
And
Or-
this could be, it was more like to, don't have to decide now, but if you don't want to decide, you can.
Well, I think for the
Think about
first,
Start looking at calendars.
right, I think for the first meeting, since we're gonna meet early, I think June, I'm really good, pretty much any Saturday in June, so, y'all, like I said, it's, because this is gonna be y'all's thing.
Can you be ready?
Yeah, by June 6th, June 13th, first 2 weekends, or, does that work for y'all?
We'll ask a question. Can you
Yeah.
be ready?
Which one, by the 6th or the 13th, which one?
What's it?
So what everybody else has on their calendars.
Well, I think are we all good with either one? It's the beginning of June or the second weekend?
Yeah, that's good.
So let's do the second weekend of June then,
June 13th.
or June 13th. We'll have our first meeting. And we'll just be 9 a.m. Jesse, we need to talk to them.
Amen. Amen.
And then we can kind of go over this calendar and start to set the dates for the rest of the budget process. All right? Okay. So we're done with discussion, so we're gonna go ahead and vote on June 13th for our first meeting, place 2, place 3, place 4.
Yes.
All right, have a motion to adjourn.
Motion in there.
All right.
He said,
All in favor, all in favor, say aye.
yeah, give me a show you hot.
I'm already starting to smell it.
Yeah, give me a show you.